The fight draft is a set program designed to systemize the art of fighting and help reach a proficient fighting level in half the time by fusing modern training techniques, intense work ethic and spirituality. I have come from humble beginnings to now, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. This is our journey. This is Heartbreak. This is the fight draft. Yeah, so it's been 8 to 12, nearly 12 weeks on now. Everyone's getting fitter, everyone's getting stronger. There's been a selective crew that have done exceptionally well out of them, and because of that, that's why they got selected to represent the Heartbreak team in the first part, or first section, which is the boxing style, where they make it through to the end, pass all the fitness tests, pass all the skills tests, and also too, they get selected on character in reference to obviously being humble, showing up to training, and just obviously putting in the work. The ones that put in the work get the rewards, and that's the one who wants fighting. So that's where we are at the moment.
Those guys are, first up is Holder.
It all started off, I got challenged by one of my good mates to come down and do a 6-week boxing course.
Next is Dale.
Yeah, journey's been amazing. Sort of changed as a person and obviously as a fighter as well. My whole ethos and how I sort of live my life's changed since I've been a part of Heartbreak.
Straight after that is Ihaka.
The journey so far has been physically and mentally draining.
Brooke. Also to Ian. The last one obviously for all his hard work is Will. Yeah. So congrats, and camp starts now.
Where I think our edge is at is our ability to enhance or get really specific when it comes to attributes, certain physical attributes that you need, which come together to make part of an athlete. One of the main sections that we do have is power and plyometric training. Okay, so power and explosive work. So we need that obviously to be able to produce power and punches, takedowns, kicks, you name it. So power is very important, but obviously it's just one of the factors. So we do a lot of things with power, from plyometrics, heavy weight lifting, and obviously Olympic lifting. And we change our programs, cycled on probably every 3 to 4 weeks, taper down, and then we get back into it again.
We're here at the dawn service for Anzac Day. Pretty important, and very important for me personally, to make sure that I put the time aside to come down to Anzac Day. And also, I found it very important to obviously try and pass that on to the rest of the crew, which are at Heartbreak also, because a lot of people tend to think it's just a holiday sort of type thing, and obviously there's a lot more to Anzac Day. The past is very important. You know, if you don't know your past, you don't know where you're going to. So I found that a very important part for us to either close the gym up, bring all the boys down, and it's also really cool just to catch up with all my ex-army mates and everything else like that too. So yeah, it's cool.
The main reason for strength and reinforcement, so that's normally just your normal strength training, sort of strength, hypertrophy training, compound training, mainly based on your main compound movements for your push, pull and legs. Yeah, and we use those just to maintain strength and bone density, also to keep the body strong enough to be able to maintain a certain level of training, because we have a lot of skill work that we have to pass through and everything else like that, which is repetitive work. Reinforcement training is very important with trying to keep the body strong to be able to maintain that level.
So we're here at Matrix Boxing Gym. Obviously all the boys have been going through a lot of training and obviously running through the fight draft program. So what we like to do is we like to go to places that specialise in certain styles, and this place specialises in boxing. So we bring the boys down here to have an out-of-gym spar, just so they get those nerves up and obviously feel a little bit more uncomfortable. So it's a lot better for training, good for their mental, and obviously get to test ourselves with people that actually specialise in the sport, like they do here at the Matrix Boxing Gym. So what we're going to do today is all the boys are going to come in, obviously warm up, and then we're going to chuck them into a proper size ring, proper size boxing ring, and then they're going to do 3 to 4 rounds in a row. So obviously exactly what they're going to do in a fight, and they're going to run through. It's also partially a test too, so it's a test to see whether they can apply the drills that they've been taught. It's a test to see whether they can actually still think under pressure. Yeah, and it's also just a test to see whether they're ready to step up for a fight and for selection, with selection fast approaching. So this is a pretty important day for all of them. A few of them didn't get to make it, but the ones that really want to get it done, well, obviously they're here today.
Next one we have is speed and agility and reaction. Reaction is obviously very important when it comes to fighting. Being able to react faster, there's any split second that you can get is obviously going to be a split second closer to you getting the win or getting the punch on target. So reaction time, change of direction, all those sorts of things are all going to add up to the total picture when it comes to attributes. So we do a lot of things from either cone drills, speed ladders, Vertimax, which is one of our secret weapons, and different things like that. So we do a lot of direction change, reaction work. So we definitely find it's very important.
All right, last week we went to Matrix Gym, and just to get all the boys out of their natural environment and against guys that specialise in boxing, and that was one of the main reasons we went, to get them uncomfortable and that sort of thing. And I was very surprised, and pleasantly surprised though, with how they all went. Taylor hasn't even had a fight before, and he fought against a guy that was a little bit more experienced than him, and he did very well. Used a lot of the drills. Everybody was using their drills. Owen went well. Dale, Potter, all of them went well. It was really good. Unfortunately, there were a few injuries to their guys. Unfortunately with them, one of the guys got his lip quite severely hurt, but just a bit of a freakish thing. So it lent into it, I suppose. All in all, it was good, and I think the boys are ready to get onto the next level and get some fights under the belt and keep this winning roll on its way. 1-1. 1-1-2. 1-2-3. 1-2-3. 1-2-3-4. High 1-1, drop 6-3. Good again. Same again. React off 2. Switch 6. Good. So you wanted to do. So you want to try and flick in those switches, eh?
Yeah.
Bit more?
Yeah.
What sort of things did you want to add in it? Was that pretty much more for like takedowns and stuff?
Actually, here, cut, hold on.
Hey.
Yeah.
1-1, switch 6-4, reverse 2.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we'll definitely chuck that. Chuck that one there, give it a bit of a play with.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try it even with boxing, I suppose, but I suppose we'll just keep on doing it, like whenever we feel like something that's pretty bang on, we'll just.
You can see how that footwork helps that switch.
Oh, for sure.
Loads that power up and that punch.
Hard up. Especially the reverse.
Yeah.
And then that reverse angle, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, that was mean.
Yeah, hard out.
That was mean.
So just that little detail with that step puts so much more power in that punch, I think that'll really work.
Definitely.
I really want to try and use that.
We'll just keep on flying. It's good too because it all flows off your normal styles.
Yeah.
And that's probably the best thing to do because it's easier to adapt to, So we'll just keep that going. But nah, good, Cuzzy.
Yeah, what's it mean?
Obviously with all those types of trainings, they may seem like pretty advanced, but man, I'm always continually trying to evolve with whatever's practical or whatever's working out in the sporting world. And at the moment, calisthenics or bodyweight type training is a huge thing at the moment. But I do think it has a lot of lot of attributes in it that will benefit our performance, yeah, and everyone else's performance too. So that's why I was pretty lucky. I got a mate, Kelly McNaught, and he's been doing it for quite a while now, and I've seen the transformation that it's done on his body, and even with his strength and everything like that. So I was actually pretty amazed when I seen him doing his training at that time, how much he evolved. So I really got me hooked on it after that, and then he was good enough to come in and start up a new class, which is a calisthenics class, which we have at Heartbreak now.
My name's Kelly McNaught. I'm from New Zealand. Grew up in a little place called Raitahi. I moved to Australia 11 years ago. Been here ever since. When I first moved to the Gold Coast, I used to work at Fitness First, which is where I met Cole, and we've been brothers ever since. Trained in gyms for 15, 16 years. And then one day, one of my friends introduced me to calisthenics. And my first training session that afternoon, I went home, quit the gym, and I've been doing it ever since. It's been about 2 years now. For me, calisthenics has made a massive change in my life. I've met some amazing people. I've been able to teach the sport that I love here at Heartbreak. Cole's been the first forward-thinking trainer to actually take this on board and step out from old school, bring in a new school.
So it's May the 3rd, Saturday. It's nearly 12 p.m. and we'll be doing 6 hours straight so far. We're planning to do, or we're gonna do, 24 hours for the Rock Challenge. And the whole basis behind this challenge was to get people out in the public to give us the hardest fitness challenge, and then we would tally up all the fitness challenges over a 2-week period, and then put them all on the one day, 124 hours period, and we were going to try and complete all of them in that one time to bring the Rock to Heartbreak. But a couple of weeks ago, the Rock actually already came.
Heartbreak, you have Cole in Heartbreak?
Yeah, you broke the skis. So that was cool, got to meet the Rock and all that sort of stuff. But just to prove that we were going to actually do it, we just decided to do it anyway. It was a good team building thing for us. And also too, it's always good to give yourself a bit of a gut check to see how hard out you are. So that's what we're doing here today. 24 hours, we've got things like, it's crazy stuff. What we're doing in here, we have to do 500 2-minute rounds, boxing pads, continuously. So that's what we're doing in here. Then we have other ones like we're gonna have to spar each other boxing, 100 rounds, wrestle for 50 rounds of 2 minutes. Some boys are up the road at the moment doing a tyre flip, and they're flipping it 10Ks, so they're going to be a while and they'll be back soon. Then we had to push a car for 10Ks this morning. We've already done sort of probably 1,000 odd push-ups, you name it, tons of stuff. And we've still got heaps more challenges to go, so it's going to be very interesting to see who makes it to the end and what we all look like at the end. So hopefully the Rock's still in town and wants to come down and give us a hand too, maybe late at night, you never know.
God bless us with the will, strive towards our true potential. God please watch over us and our loved ones. Amen.